Right then.
Hello, hello.
Evening all. Hopefully you can hear us and see us and everything's cool and dandy. Anything to say, Paulie?
Hopefully our live stream will be better than the pile of old donkey manure I've just been watching for 2 hours.
Yes.
Southgate out.
Yes. I'm sure I've had a quick look at the comments. It looks like there's some comments about England in there, Paulie. So yes. But Sean's put a nice good comment to start with, because we get so many questions. I know we repeat this every week, but it's really important. If you want us to answer one of your questions, please put questions at the front or right then so that we can see it, because it does get lost with all the conversation. So let's see if we've got so much to talk about tonight. We're cruising next week, and we're really, really excited about that, aren't we, Paulie Morgan?
Yes, we are.
Here we are. So we want to share that with you shortly, but we'll go through a few questions to start with and see who else is here. But it looks like all our regulars are here, so thank you so much for supporting us. It really does mean a lot, doesn't it, Pauline?
The usual suspects.
Yes.
Which one's Kaiser so-so? That means nothing to Carole at all.
No, it doesn't. Who's that? Who's Kaiser so-so?
I'm not telling you.
Does anyone know to help me out? Anyway, Nick's already. Thanks for sharing some useful links to our things, so you can see in the comments, and also we can see we put some in the description below. But Nick's just brought up the shop, and Paulie is now parading. Well, not parading. He's sat in a chair, but we've now got we've obviously got our t-shirts. Yeah, parading. Yes, lovely.
I can't quite go all the way.
No. So anyway, so we've got polo shirts in our shop now, which are lovely. And Paul's been wearing them a lot, haven't you? You've got a turquoise one like this, and there's a navy blue one, and you love them, don't you?
I do.
I love them.
Now, I just want to point out, I don't know if you saw when I span round, this is a bit more subtle than the t-shirt. There's no right then on the back. There's just the Paul and Carole logo. So
a little bit more dressy.
A little bit more dressy.
Yeah, exactly.
You get away with it on a formal night on most cruise lines.
And if you can't wear a tie, well, I suppose you could wear a tie.
No, you don't. Not formal.
Not formal.
You know, casual, smart casual. And
yeah.
if they say anything, just point to that.
Oh dear. So Barbara says, she says it's 1 degree in Melbourne, where our weather's been lovely. In fact, the forecast for the next week is warm, isn't it? So that makes a change, because it's been absolutely terrible. Dave says, will Paul have a sore voice for the live? I know I have, and a full swear box.
It's been a little bit of swearing. I think the most frustrating thing, apart from Gareth Southgate being an absolute...
Don't swear.
I have to censor myself. He has turned decent players into bad players with his tactics. And, you know, there's 2 minutes to go. We get a free kick, and they're strolling about like tomorrow do. Like, we don't want to win the game. It's just, like, so frustrating that another golden generation of footballers are going to go by the wayside without winning anything. Enough of that rubbish. This is all about cruising and stuff.
Yes, exactly that. So Nick and Tracy are asking. Nick and Tracy are just getting ready. They're off on a cruise on Saturday, so they're headed down this way to pick up Mum, and they're off to Gatwick for the early hours of Saturday morning. So I'm sure you'll have a fabulous time, guys. But thank you for the first question. Even though you are seasoned cruisers, do you ever use social media sites for hints and tips specific to a cruise line you're sailing on? I used to go on a lot of groups and find out information, but then I found quite a lot of groups are very toxic. And you ask a simple question and people are just rude. So I thought, you know what? I don't need that negative in my life. We're very lucky because obviously we've got a forum now where we've got our Facebook page. And that's the first place that I go, which sounds a bit backward, me saying this. But if we want to know anything...
What she's saying is she asks herself on our Facebook page, and then she answers it as well. Don't.
So, for example, we just put out a post in the last week. We're planning another trip to Asia, aren't we, next year? Yeah. And we're looking at hotels in Hong Kong and Singapore. Now, we've been to Singapore before, but they've never been to Hong Kong. So I just put a question. Anyone got some great tips? And the answers, there were so many of them. And they've helped us and Dan, because he was reading through all the comments of what hotels to pick. So we're in the process of booking those. So actually, we're very privileged that if we want a question answered, we can put it on our own social media and get responses, which is amazing.
Load of old phooey back, because we don't want any Hong Kong phooey, do we?
We don't. But also the other place, which is my go-to place, which we've just been chatting to, is Discord on our membership, because there's so many people in our group now. They've got so much more knowledge than us about certain things than... No, but it's true. So we're lucky to have that. So we don't have to tend to go and search. We can just put some questions out there and get answers. So we're very thankful for that, aren't we?
We are indeed.
So let's have a look. So Barbara's here from sunny Highcliffe. Oh, Peter's here. He's currently on the Westerdam, cruising through the ice towards the Arctic Circle on a 28-day Alaska voyage. We'll have a fantastic time, Peter, because that's just... We've got to go back to Alaska, haven't we, Paulie? Because that was just awesome.
It was pretty good.
So the Cruising Canucks are here. Hi, guys. Nice to see you here. Getting ready for our first Q&A cruise. Is it jam first or cream?
Next question.
Yeah, I always put cream, then jam on, because I don't tend to put butter on. Paul puts butter, jam, then cream. But whatever way you have it, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. And
Butter,
I can't wait.
Jam, cream, hundreds and thousands.
Oh.
And then a chocolate flake.
No. So, but I'll be interested to see what you think about your Q&A cruise. So that's cool. Jim and Dwayne are here from sunny Durham. It looks like the sun's shining in lots of places.
Because as soon as this live's finished, I go straight to bed. Because I gotta get up at 4. Well, I haven't got to. It's my choice. Carole's going to point out to you. It's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my part and Carole's part. I gotta get up at 4:30 in the morning. No, you haven't. It's your choice. You can get it whenever time you want. Yeah, but I have to, because I have to get off, because there was a big race meeting on the weekend, and I want to get there and get a decent spot. And the field opens at 6 a.m. And me and my brother, because we're silly billies, are going to be outside the gate at 6 o'clock, ready. And by 10 past, the camper will be leveled up. And by 15:15, I'll be back to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock this morning, he'll be like, "Oh, honey, do you mind watching me off the drive?" Just, wouldn't it? Yeah. Anyway, so I've got another lovely weekend with my garden. So I'm happy with that. So let's have a look. What other questions do we have? And then we will go on to talk about where we're going next. So everyone's talking about football, isn't it? Kevin. Paul's been chatting with Kevin during the football. Right then, I'm now banned from watching England soccer. He said that soccer word again. Yes, I said it. Games. Is he a bad omen?
Well, see, when I watch his team, they win. When he watches my team, they're you're not a bad omen. The bad omen is Gareth Southgate.
Yes, but enough about
football.
So Dick's here. So love to see you. Dick won our giveaway in our Patreon and members giveaway. And he got his hands on a lot of Cunard merch. And he sent through some pictures today on email of it all. So thank you for that, Dick. I have read your email and I will respond after this. So Molly's off to Britannia, off 2 weeks today for 2 weeks. So that's nice. Jen and Frank are here. Everyone's it's sunny in Shropshire. And cruising with Molly's off to the fjords tomorrow. So very, very nice. Mark's up again in Cebu, Philippines, report at 2 a.m. Oh, well, nice to see you as well, Mark. So thank you. And everyone's saying the sun is out. Barbara's counting down to just over 200 days to a Queen Victoria South American cruise. Our first for Queen Victoria and South America. Well, that'd be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And lovely to see Steve in the house. So just been messaging with Nicola. She's just updated our shop. So thank you so much for our lovely merch. Let's have a look. Annie, what's the next question? Tony's saying, let us hope Paul's jokes aren't too painful this week. I get that. Right, let's have a look on Southgate Shambles. Just watching all the helicopters go over my house. Home time from Ascot races. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And
Dick's just saying, how can I say thank you enough for the lovely prizes? Dick, you support us very well, and you've done that for a long time, so that's enough.
Or just put a check in the post for $5,000.
No, you already do it.
Paul Morgan's Racing Fund.
Frank and Jenna are asking, Paul, did you get the bum cleaner installed? Now, for those of you who don't know, and you're watching our live thinking, oh my God, what on earth, and you haven't followed us before or new to our channel, Paul fell in love with the bum gun in Thailand, and our lovely patrons, Helen and, you've got them there, and Tom in Dubai have sent us a bum gun to be installed in the bathroom.
No, not a
They sent 3. So for camping and for look, it's got all the Jubayan writing on. But anyway, Jubayan writing on. So we haven't got it installed as yet. I know, how mad is that?
That's a camping one. That's battery operated.
So it's not installed yet, but it is. We've got a plan, haven't we, Paulie?
We have, but I got a man hopefully coming quite soon because we need a new shower fitting. So I'm going to do 2 birds with 1 stone.
Right. So Kimber's saying, I managed to get the crew to try the Wang Wang on Holland America. Do we dare accept my challenge next time we sell Holland America? Yes, we will accept your challenge.
Even though Wang Wang, I should drink it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is though. So Paul Assis is in the house, and Keith, and so many things. People, what do you think? Do you think should be the next England manager, Paulie?
Well, my nan could do a better job, and she's been dead for 35 years. That's how bad Southgate is. Just anybody, really. Anybody, even Carole.
He's desperate.
Even Carole could do a better job, honestly.
We've been saying that for over a year, though, Paulie, haven't we, Gareth Southgate? Because it's just disappointing all the time.
Carole taught me the difference between proactive and reactive, and what Gareth Southgate is. I can't believe you still can make me talk about football. But what he is he's reactive.
Yeah.
Because he's too scared. If we're winning, he's too scared to do anything until we're not winning anymore. Because he's worried that if he makes a change and then we don't win, it'd be, oh, you made the wrong change, Gareth. But the problem is you pick the wrong team and you use the wrong tactics. After that, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
We've got players playing out of position, and apparently we've only got 1 left back who can play for England, which is Luke Shaw. And because he's injured, we have to play a player out of position there as well.
Anyway, back to lovely cruising. No more
football questions.
Have you ever done a theme cruise? And if so, what do you think compared to a regular cruise?
We did that football theme cruise.
No, we've done an electric sunsets cruise with Morella. That's the only theme cruise we've done, isn't it? Yeah. We are looking at some different ones, isn't there? Because there's a few mystery cruises and stuff that are quite intriguing. But compared it to a regular cruise, it wasn't a true experience. If someone had gone on Morella and done that 3-night electric sunsets, it was totally different to a Morella cruise, isn't it?
Crazy.
So I think the theme cruises are very, very different.
Crazy drunken cruise.
Yeah, I'd love to do a Strictly Come Dancing.
Yeah. And we're looking cruise. At a naturist one as well.
No, we're not. No, we're not. Claire's saying take your sunscreen when you go to Alaska. Yes, because we had really hot weather, didn't we? It's surprising. It's like Alaska and Norway, isn't it? Just be prepared for any eventuality. So Ali B's going on her Iona cruise. Mike's in the house. And he's saying that your polo shirt is a formal wear on Royal Caribbean. Yeah. So Tina's saying that's Paul spinning around. We know a song about that. You certainly do. Lots of conversation about football and the bum gun. So let's see. What's the next question? Will you be taking your new bum gun on your next cruise, Paulie?
Well, I could take the battery operated one. So
Bridget messaged early. She said, "Oh my God, I can't wait, but I'm not having trouble staying awake." So you've obviously stayed awake, Bridget. So that's lovely. So let's have a look at this. Dawn's asking a question about Oceana sailing from the UK. And I love the colour of your polo, Paulie. So I don't...
Are you... There's not that...
Sorry, I'm clicked on it. Sorry. I was reading it in the comments. Oceania... We've seen Oceania ships, haven't we? Have we seen any in Southampton? I think so. We've not cruised with them, but if there's anyone in the comments that can answer that question with Dawn, then please do that. Jane saying she loves the colour of your shirt and looking forward to shopping from your merch selection here at the group cruise. Yeah, Nicola's working hard at we've got so many ideas and things that we want to get in our shop, and she's doing a fabulous job. And we are designing a group t-shirt as well for our group cruise too, aren't we?
Well, maybe more than one in there.
Well, we've got quite a few ideas, so we'll see how that goes. Rock Doc, so Keith has asked, how many formal nights are likely on the Princess group cruise and how formal are they? They generally just have do they have 2 on the week?
There's never more than 2. It'd be 1 or possibly
2. And a lot of people
do
dress up smartly. I wouldn't say they go all formally on Princess, do they? We don't tend to. Last time, I'm sure you took your blazer and you had your tie. We have dressed up a few times with tuxedo. but it's not as people don't make so much of an effort than they would on Cunard, for example. But do let us know if you've been on a Princess cruise, because our last one was a couple of years ago now, isn't it? So do let us know what your experience has been. So let's have a look. Let's talk about scones and stuff. Mike the Leech saying hello, or new to the channel, brilliant, love it. Oh, thank you so much, Mike. That's much appreciated. Claire's asking, so have you cruised on Independence of the Seas? I was wondering what your thoughts are on Royal Caribbean overall. I'm trying for them for the first time next year.
We've sailed on Independence 4 or possibly 5 times. And it's a fabulous ship, and the entertainment is fabulous, and the food is fabulous, but they are a little bit pricey, especially the drinks package. The drinks are expensive, and the drinks package are very expensive. Now, if you're in England, it will be an expensive drinks package. If you're in America, they have these like Black Friday deals where you can, they have a sale, but that doesn't seem to happen in England. So
the price does fluctuate in England.
But not
if you do want the drinks package, you can watch it.
Yeah, but it's not like in America. You'll see. It was 3 years ago, because when we did
Anthem of the
Seas, and when we booked it, we were right. The drinks package was $120 per person. So we hung on, and I was following these Facebook groups. It's like, oh, Black Friday deal today, and you can get the drinks package for $30. Well, you can if you're in America, but in England you can't. And we hung on, and we managed to get it down to $80 per person per day. And then when we got on the ship, if you'd have bought it on the ship, it was over $100 again. And when you bear in mind that Cunard is one of the more expensive ones for drinks packages now, and they're $75 a day. And this was 3 years ago that we got ours for $80 a day. So I think that gives you an idea. But what I will say is they don't quibble about, you can't have a large this, or you can't
they're very generous.
Have a certain drink. You can have virtually anything you like. But overall, I think Royal Caribbean
they're great cruise line. We keep looking to go back on them, and the dates and the ship just hasn't worked yet. So we want to do in the Oasis Plus classes. So thoroughly recommend. If you can find the right deal and the right itinerary for you, then we definitely say go for it. So let's have a look, see what other questions we got. So many people chatting to each other. Claire's asking, have you or anyone stayed at the Royal Maritime in Portsmouth, considering a week there? We haven't. We have got some Portsmouth hotels on our website. So if you just Googled that and you weren't staying wanted to stay somewhere else, I think we've stayed at the Holiday Inn and Ibis and stuff, haven't we, in Portsmouth? Portsmouth's a great city, isn't it? It's really, really lovely. More football chat. Tom and Donna here, and Lucy and Glyn. So that's lovely to see all you guys. Garth is asking about NCL cruising for a single person. They do have a lot of single cabins, don't they? We understand with NCL, so they are good. It's not a cruise line we've tried yet, but we do want to too. Julie's just got off Britannia. Why isn't that showing? Because you didn't click on it. I really recommend service, food fabulous. Tell Paulie Morgan, Broder's biggest and best on all the P&O ships. Lots of seating for quizzes. Oh, that's interesting, because Broder's is a great venue on P&O ships. Well, the newer ships, isn't it? It's not on Aurora. But it always gets so packed, you just can't get a seat in there, can you?
I'm pleased to hear. I'd like to know what the quizzes are like, because the first time we went on Iona, we liked Broder's. And they had some great quizzes on there, and you had to get there like an hour early to get the seat for the quizzes. And then when we did Iona again, the quizzes had just gone like seriously downhill, and they would just split the whole pub into 2 teams.
Yeah, that's right.
And all it was a shout fest. So the quizzes were just a waste of time, and they had the same captains every day.
Yeah.
And it was just...
That's right, I forgot about that.
It was boring.
It was boring, yeah, it was boring.
So hopefully, let us know if that was the case. If you're saying...
Yeah, because if it's back to just small teams of up to 6, like most people do it, then that would be great. But it was just more like, all
it is just cheapskate and online. Because when we did Iona the first time, they gave away some reasonably good prizes. But obviously, when there's 75 people in each team, they don't give away any prizes. So...
Well, let's answer a couple more questions, then we'll go on to our big news. So Joe's asking, what do you think of celebrity cruise drink packaging cruise? Now on a 9-night sale, and the classics drink and Wi-Fi is £105 per person per night. God, that's too much, isn't it? It's way too much.
That's crazy, because that's
Yeah.
what's that in dollars? $130, $140. I mean, Wi-Fi. What did we pay for Wi-Fi on the last cruise you went on?
Well, we had quite a lot of credit, didn't we, with our loyalty?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think
wasn't
how
a
much it was,
problem. That's why some, Celebrity and Royal Caribbean, when you're having to pay for these things sort of separately or in dual packages like that, that's why Princess is such a good value, isn't it? With the Princess Plus package, because that you get gratuitous Wi-Fi, drinks. What else?
Well, now because they've made it chargeable, is obviously you can go to the specialty pizza pasta restaurant.
So I think those cruise lines that are doing a more inclusive deals now are becoming better value for money, because that is just mental. Christopher's just asking, what do I have to do to bring on Patreon? I don't know if Paul will let me join. I was come from Devon. I put cream on first. See, of course you can join, Christopher. Just in the link in this video or in any of our videos, you'll see that if you want to support Paul and Carole, there's a link there to our Patreon. If you just go on actual Patreon and put in Paul and Carole Love to Travel Patreon, then you will find it too.
But we always prefer that you join Patreon over being a YouTube member. The
reason for that is YouTube doesn't allow us to communicate directly with you. However, if you join our Discord, which is our chat room, then I can communicate with you all the time. So it's either or, whatever you prefer. But yes,
but we prefer Patreon.
Yeah, and YouTube take a little bit bigger cut than Patreon do, don't they? So, but either or is great. It's lovely to have we've got such a great community of members. So let's see what's going on. I think we should say, Paulie, do you? Because I can't believe we're 20 minutes in, or do you want to do another couple of questions?
No, I'll just tell them now.
You can't just split it out. You have to have a drum roll or something.
Well, that was the start to Living After Midnight by Judas Priest, by the way.
Woo!
Get some fireworks.
Oh, yeah. Right then. So, let me get rid of that question there. So, what am I doing? I've gone mad.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. So,
right then, we are cruising from a new port for us next week. Do you want to tell him, Paul?
No, you tell him, mate. Go on. No, you want to.
So, as you know, we often, when we're cruising out of the UK, we often cruise out of Southampton. But next week, or next Thursday, we are actually cruising out of Liverpool. And we're very, very excited about that. And we are cruising with Fred Olsen, and we are off to Norway for a 9-night cruise. And we're really chuffed to bits because Fred Olsen have invited us on board. They've asked us to go and cruise with them. So we're chuffed to bits because we've done a Fred Olsen cruise before on Braemar, and we've been looking to do a Fred Olsen cruise. And we are just over the moon that they've invited us on board. So thank you so much, Fred, if you're watching.
And because she couldn't be bothered to tell you, it's on the
Bolette, yes. So they've got they've got 3 ships now, haven't they? Balmoral, Borealis, and Bolette. And we're on the Bolette, which looks, after being on Aurora and seeing Bolette, it's an old Holland American ship. It's small. I've got my details here, so I thought I could tell you a little bit about it.
I can tell you about it if you want.
Go on then.
It's got a pointy bit at the front, and then a bit at the back, and then we're going to be staying in the middle bit.
Well, we don't know where we're staying actually, because
it's definitely going to be between the pointy bit and the end bit.
But we've been chatting to the PR team, and they've been chatting to us today, and they said they're going to get all the final details over to us.
We might be like Harry Potter and might have to
be in a cupboard
live under the stairs for 9 days.
Yes. So so we don't know what type of cabin we're getting. So we don't mind. We're just very, very thankful for being invited on board. And we love Norway, as you know, and this will be our 5th time or 6th time of going to Norway, but we're going to some different ports. So what would be really helpful for us, and this is if you can help us out, is the itinerary is going from Liverpool to Olden, and then it's going to Kristiansand, which we've never done before. It's going to Andalsnes, Andalsnes, which we've never done before, and it's also going to Helsilt, Hellelsylt, which we've never been before. And it's going to, we're going past the Seven Sisters waterfall because we're sailing past Garangford. And it's just, like I say, 9 nights on Fred Olsen Ballet. So we're really excited about that because it looks fabulous. It's a smaller ship. It's got 1,300, just over 1,300 passengers, hasn't it, Paulie? And about sort of 650 crew. So it's yes, so that's our exciting news. So if you want to know about Fred Olsen, make sure you follow us on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, because we'll be obviously on our socials, yeah. And we can't wait. So that's very, very, very exciting. And go from Liverpool as well. Is we've gone into Liverpool when we did a short cruise on Queen Elizabeth post lockdown, wasn't it? But we didn't get off because that was COVID time and you had to book an excursion. And we'd been to Liverpool before, but we'd never obviously cruised. So actually to cruise out of Liverpool and back in again is going to be pretty exciting. And the other thing exciting about Liverpool is we've got quite a few of our patrons and YouTube members live in that area, and we're having a big meetup on the Wednesday night as well, aren't we? So that's another bonus of being one of our patrons and members, is we do meetups wherever we are traveling from.
Have a beer with us. What's not to like?
So that's fun. So yes, so do let us know what your thoughts of. Is there anything that we should be doing on Balete? Apparently it was Fred Olsen's grandmother's name, is why it's called that. But yeah, so that's very, very exciting. So we're looking forward to that. And
we are.
So Kimber was saying that's what I was looking at. I said that's what he was taught to. What was the cocktail he said that we would try?
Oh, it's whammy or something. I've already forgot.
Oh, my God, it sounds like a Long Island iced tea, because look at all the spirits in: vodka, gin, rum, scotch, bourbon, tequila, triple sec, and brandy with pineapple and orange juice. Oh my God.
Oh, we're not sure.
What many of them would you?
I'm not sure actually, because it's got pineapple in it. I'm not sure about that.
But yeah, the pineapple, that's the bit that's putting you off.
Yeah.
Maz is saying, love the new hair, Carole. Looks pretty. Oh, thank you. I've had my, been to my lovely hairdresser, Geraldine. She's got rid of the grey. And I'm all holiday ready. I've got my nails done. Paulie's had his haircut.
They didn't get rid of the grey?
No. Wang Wang. That's what it's called. Wang Wang.
What did I say?
I don't know now. Oh, Janet's saying hello from how many pickled eggs have you got through? Do you know we've probably had one every other day, haven't we? Because we do like our pickled eggs.
Few.
So yeah,
they certainly won't go off. There's no worries about that.
And we've had some friends pop round, and now, wasn't it? So we've been giving some away as well, because it's
yeah, we nearly got a divorce over that.
Yes.
I was like, do you want to take some pickled eggs with us? What?
Ken said he's good at plumbing if we need someone to fit the BG.
I plumbed our
So Carrie and Mike says it's sunny in Flagstaff in Arizona. I bet that's hot. Dick says, right, he's off to get a bum cleaner now. Right then, so let's have a look at, so Nick's saying give us a thumbs up. Yeah, if you do enjoy our lives, please make sure you do give us a thumbs up. And if you're watching it afterwards, thank you so much, because this is always available on catch up. Then please do leave a comment there as well. So that'll be cool.
Do you know now that I can't stop thinking about a pickle.
Cruising Canuck said they are delicious. We want to be there when Carole and Paul try it. Oh, wang wang.
I can't stop thinking about a pickled egg and some crisps now.
Maybe we'll have that for supper. Well, we're trying to be good, aren't we?
Well, that's it. Thanks for watching anyway.
No. We're trying to be good again. We've fallen off the food wagon again, aren't we?
No, we've fallen on the food wagon.
Fallen into.
Right on.
So Laura's saying to Garth, it's about NCL ships, about being a good fit for solos. Lots of people asking, when's your next cruise? Ali and Mark's here. So love to see you guys. P&O Strictly Come Dance cruise were really good. Yes, I'd like to do that, because Strictly's back soon, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's not very soon. It's
not
just
soon.
before Christmas.
Well, that's true.
Why did I agree with you? No,
Why has it been in the news then?
Well, because there's been some hoo-has on there with a bit of bullying and stuff.
Oh dear. Oh God, that's gonna. You want to read the?
No, I.
Oh dear.
If you're going to choke me, I don't want to miss it.
Oh dear. Dear, oh dear.
Well, if you click on something, I can read
so
it.
Natasha's saying.
Going on our first cruise on Tuesday. Well, I hope you have a fabulous time, Natasha. Spill the beans. Where are you going? Where are you going? Who are you going with?
Oh.
as you've done so many cruises, as from Neo TH, are you starting to struggle to choose where your next one might be? I can categorically state that Carole will never get bored of cruise planning. She spends 99% of her life either sorting out blogging stuff or what's the word I'm looking for? With Dan, our travel agent. It's when you're doing like underhanded stuff, you know, but there's always like bings and bongs going on my phone, and it's like, oh, and this is how much an outside is, this is how much an inside is. Have you thought about this? Have you thought about one going to the moon? It's just, there's just anything. It's just a daily occurrence. So no, she's not struggling.
No, there's still so many places that we want to go to, and you want to go to, Paul.
Yes.
So Sean's just shared the link for our Patreon, so thank you for that, Sean. Appreciate that. So let's have a look. Barbara was booked on a Strictly, but it was cancelled because of COVID. So that's a shame. And Ken saying about Oceania. So thanks for that, Ken and Lindsay. We've said with Oceania for the UK and said them again next year. So there's a few people saying about QM2 as well. I think where is it? That Deborah and also Carl are saying there seems to be something going on with Cunard. People are saying about the quality on Cunard. QM2 has gone down a little bit. And when we met up with friends, they'd been on a cruise and they felt the service wasn't as they expected. So I think Cunard, with the bringing in Queen Anne and trying to staff all the ship, it does seem to have had an effect. And we're just hoping that in time that will settle down, because we've always had very good experience on Cunard ships. So yeah, that's it. Cars are so disappointed with QM2 gone right down, our opinion. You know, that's not just an isolated opinion from someone. That's
but I know what
a theme that we're hearing.
I know what my learned colleague, Mr. Ken Goes Cruising, would say is to blame. The Ludlow effect.
So we'll see. We've booked another Cunard cruise, not on Queen Anne, on one of the older queens, and because we know how good they can be. Yeah. So we're going to give them obviously another go-to, because it is a great product when it works well. Candyman is asking, when can you expect your Japanese vlog? We're working on them now. We've got one of the videos ready, which is a short one to start with, about our first day in Tokyo. And today we've been working on the one all about our time in Tokyo. And actually, there's so much information there, Paul. We were going to start them tomorrow, but we actually put it back a week. And hopefully getting them out next week, because it's going to take a long time for me to do this, edit this vlog. And because obviously we're on Fred now, and we're going to the beautiful fjords, I will always take my laptop, but I don't want to spend my time when I can look out a beautiful window and see the fjords looking at my laptop. So I thought we've not got a video out tomorrow.
What's a beautiful window? When I can look out of a beautiful window.
Well, a window that's clean is always good. But
so I would like, because she's waffling on about it, and let me tell you what the intentions are. So we're going to dedicate each place we're going to is going to be one video.
Yeah.
So that one video
we went to
could be covering 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. But we know that the first one, which is Tokyo, we were there for...
Well, we were there for 4 days, but actually it's going to cover the 2 days of the tour.
But we did a lot of stuff.
Much.
And we don't want to say, oh, and then we went here, then we went there, and then it was time to go to bed.
Yeah, so we want to do a good job.
We want to cover it, so it really gives you a sense of almost like being there, and it'll really give you the sense of like, is this something that you would want to do? We don't want to skate over stuff. We want to try and show you as much detail as possible, and more detail means more work, more editing, more stuff.
We sat down today and I said to Paul, oh my gosh, and we were like, no way would. So I thought, I'll get it ready by Tuesday. No. But also what we've done with Japan.
She's been asleep in the garden on the sofa instead.
I did have a little snooze earlier, only when he was watching the football, because I don't want to listen
I'd have
in here
snoozing.
shouting. I can't work with him shouting.
I wish I'd have been snoozing out there with her, to be honest.
But we've got some hotel reviews of all the hotels that Riviera use, and some great ones too, isn't there?
Yeah.
And obviously all our tours in the different places Paul's explained. But what we did as well, before we left Japan, we sat and we filmed all the things that surprised us about Japan, wasn't it? All the things that we learned and some things that we wish we knew before we came to Japan. So that's going to be the last of our series, isn't it? So we've got quite a lot, but not quite ready yet. So Jim and Dwayne are saying, Paul, what size is your top? Being a real guy size, I'm fluffy size, not Asian size.
It's an extra small.
No, Paul is normally extra large. Yeah, extra large. That's his extra large in his polo.
What you can't see is it only comes to just below my boobs. And that's why I'm squatting down in the thing, because obviously with my giant belly, it won't go over it. Yes, I'm only joking. Look at this.
Yes, it's lovely. Lovely colour too, isn't it? Really, really nice colour. So Claire's saying about the Princess formal. They had 2 with most people dressing very nicely. So that's good to know. So thank you. And Tony's just saying the same. Formal and elegant night, no themes like white night or similar. No, Princess don't tend to do that today. Lots of companies now starting to do white nights, or orange if you're on holiday in America.
Trouble is, if I wore white, I'd be dirty before I got out the cabin. I don't know what it is. I mean, as for Carole,
for white,
Carole's like officially the spiller of like. She looked like she'd been in a food fight today. I've never seen nothing like it. She's walking around. Like, I'm only going in the garden. I looked at her and it was almost like a menu, but just the food.
It wasn't that bad. Well,
it wasn't it?
Anyway, let's
see. How she can miss that, mate, I don't know.
Ted's saying as well, my experience on principle, like some wear tux, other suits, some collared shirts. They won't kick you out the dining room. No, they're pretty chilled about, aren't they? Tina said, if it was a mystery cruise, would you be able to vlog it? Yes. But you don't know where you're going, do you? And Fred Olsen do those, which would be, it wouldn't be great to get on a ship and not know where you're going. Yeah, do you think that's a good idea? I think that's really exciting. You'll have an idea, because if you get on in Southampton, you know you're not going to Alaska.
Yeah, if it's a 4-dayer, you're not going to Barbados.
No, so you'll have an idea of an itinerary, but I think it would be really exciting not knowing.
What do they put on the daily program? Oh, we're not going to tell you if you've got to change your clock or whatever, because it'll give you a clue of where we're going. Yeah. I mean, it depends on the money, really, as well. You wouldn't want to pay big bananas for it.
No, you want, no. But I think it'd just be something different.
What'd you pack?
Well, as if you're going to Norway or Alaska, you pack for all eventualities.
Carole's bad enough as it is. You'd have to take a steamer trip.
This is a good question from Life of Lucy and Glyn. If you got on a cruise and were told that one of the specialty dining restaurants had to be done blindfolded, would you do it? I would.
There's restaurants. There's restaurants. I know
you go in the dark.
London, in the dark, yeah, dining in the dark. But
it'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Because you wouldn't even know. It'd just be obviously.
Is that like segueing on from you spilling your food all down your front? What would you be like on
blindfolded?
You might as well just feed her with a catapult. Open wide.
So let's have a look. You have to be alive. I don't. Everyone's thanking Tony for different things about the princess. Cruise Boys said, "Do we decide on a?" We're nearly there, Cruise Boys. We've been looking at. Keep going back to Pan Pacific, and we've been looking at the Harbour Grand in Kowloon, because we know we've been to Singapore quite a few times. We know how expensive it can be. So we've been looking at the one that's got a club room where you get your obviously breakfast is included, you get afternoon tea, and you also get evening cocktails, which we know can save you a fortune in Singapore. Obviously, you do pay on top of it, but it's whether it's paying that difference. So we're nearly there. So thanks for all your tips. It's been really much appreciated. So let's have a look. Elaine's also saying about NCL for solos. I was in a solo room on NCL Epic. You have your own lounge for meetup, which is great, isn't it, for solos? So that's good to hear. People talking about Oceania, saying they're really good. Gillian's asking, what is the strangest quiz question you've had? Ours was, how many times does a koala poop in a day? Oh my God. But they're asleep a lot, aren't they? So I can't imagine they poo a lot. Well, unless they're awake and they poo every 5 minutes.
Well, I sleep a lot, and I
that's true.
do quite a bit of pooing. That's why I need a
Thankfully,
bum
you don't carry chlamydia because koalas do, don't they?
Well, apparently.
Yeah. So do let us know, Gillian. Neil said about Oceania, so it seems pricey, but when they roll everything in as included, you realise they're much keener than people think. Totally agree. That's the same with Azamara and the same with all these all-inclusive, because when you break it down, it's actually good value. And I think more and more that's the way we're tending to go towards things now, isn't it? It does make a difference. So Kevin Yo B saying, right then, does Princess still have the ability to set a fixed table and time for dinner? I believe so. If the guys and Princess,
I love how Carole looked at me that I
don't really know. I'm sure the most, unless they've gone completely freedom dining now. We used to always go at the same time because we were with your dad,
my
weren't
dad,
we?
and he wouldn't wear none of that.
Claire, look, thanks, Claire. She said 327 in the chat. Hit the thumbs up button for the best banter on YouTube. Oh, thank you so much. So Jay's asking, how do you pay for the casino? Do you use cash?
Now, what I know is this different cruise lines, different answers. I know that some cruise lines you can put cash in, but there you definitely don't get cash out. You have to put your card in, so as they know it's what room you're in, and then you can feed money into it. But if you win anything, it goes on your card, and then you've got to go to basically the cash out place. Cashier. That's the one. That's the badger. Cashier. And then they read your card and they know what you've won, and then they give you the cash in real money.
They do. And make sure you do it before the casino closes on the last night. Because I know that sounds a silly thing, but there are people that are like, oh my God, I want to cut the 100 quid and I totally forgot to go back to the casino and cash out. Because if you don't, you've lost it. So we tend to, if we win anything, we tend to cash out at that time, don't we? And then we,
not very often.
It doesn't happen very often. No, it doesn't. So Frank and Jen are saying about drinks package. Raw needs to get with the program and have a program like Princess. Totally, the drink package is ridiculous. It is.
But I think
totally agree.
As long as people keep buying it, they're going to keep doing it. Is a thing, and that's the problem. You've got to sort of vote with your feet, but you're not going to go on a cruise and not have a drink. Well, we're not anyway.
No. So lots of people saying about Norway and Fred Olsen. Yeah, we're really chuffed. We were invited by Fred last year to go on a sort of a press trip. However, the dates didn't work, and we were really gutted, weren't we? So when they approached us again this year, we're just over the moon that we can do it. So Ken's asking, what are you most looking forward to on Fred?
Oh, because it's my belly. I've heard from Ken that they've got some great specialty restaurants. Didn't you say
Asian
and an Indian?
Yeah.
And apparently they're absolutely as cheap as chips. So definitely looking forward to some specialty dining. I do like, obviously I love the big production shows of the bigger ships, but I do like the smaller, when feels a bit more homely. I know this is going to be twice as big as the Azamara ships we did. And obviously it's going to be bigger.
It's going to be similar to Aurora.
Yeah. So,
which we loved.
Yeah. As long as we don't take photos.
No, I think we know with Fred, because we've done them before, that the entertainment is more low key.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the food we had on Braemar was exceptional, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Fred Olsen food. The service was a second to none. We're hoping that that's been maintained. I love it that they've still got, it's just a small ship with a promenade, and they all sort of traditional things. They do afternoon tea. They do one that everyone can have, or you can pay for a more sort of white glove service, wasn't it? Which we did before.
Silver service.
I'm just looking to be on a little ship going around Norway and those beautiful fjords. So, and we've cruised a lot with friends, and we love it when we cruise with friends, but we haven't cruised on our own for quite a while, haven't we?
No.
So I'm really looking forward to that. Just Paul and I, because it's nice to do that, isn't it?
I'll have to take plenty of books with me. I'm not going to be able to think. I'm not going to be able to.
We'll be working a lot on board anyway, because obviously Fred.
You said you don't want to look
as
at
in
a nice
doing
window.
social media and stuff like that.
I'll be reading me books, because I won't be able to find conversations for 9 days. Definitely.
We always get on fine. So
we'll have to take the cards. Crib tournament.
Yeah. We play silly little games, don't we, on our own, which would be really nice. So if you are on Barletta on the 27th of June, then let us know.
Stay away from us.
No.
Come and have a game of crib.
Yes, exactly that. So Trina says, "Oh, fab, can't wait for the reviews." Yep, we will be blogging. We've got after our Japan series, we've obviously got Aurora to put out, and then we will go straight into Fred, won't we? So that'll be cool. So Barletta is beautiful. Watch out for the bears. Watch out for the bears. Ooh. Disney Dave is saying his first cruise on Braemar, transit back to Southampton from the Caribbean. Oh wow, Braemar was a beautiful ship. Well, it's still a ship now, isn't it? That's the one that's doing the old the world tours now. And Sister in Mexico is saying Barletta's the old Holland America Amsterdam. Lovely. Happy your return to Norway. We are. Norway is just an amazing place, isn't it? It's very expensive, but when you cruise there, it's the perfect way to visit Norway is by a cruise because you transverse through all these beautiful fjords. You get to these transverse.
Where did that come from?
I don't know, but it's true. You do, don't you?
Well, I'm not disputing. I just can't believe that you said
that. Is that the right adjective? I don't know.
Is that what's an adjective?
Anyway, so so we are. And Karen's saying, "Hello, Silt. You can get the ferry along to Geiranger Fjord." Yeah, we're cruising. We're not stopping at Geiranger Fjord. We've done that once before, haven't we? And it was beautiful. And we sailed past the sisters. In fact, you blew the horn, didn't you, Paulie?
Even. Why did you have to bring that up? We were very fortunate. We were on the Morella Discovery. Now, I'm partially blaming my brother for this, and he wasn't even there. So back in the day when we were just poor working stiff struggling to make a living, and we'd my brother had bought this action camera that was like a very poor man's GoPro, but it didn't record sound. Why you would want a camera that didn't record sound? But because we didn't have much of a holiday fund, Carole said, "Well, you know, I can buy one of those things." What's going on? We can buy one of those things, and we can do. Well, don't try and have a map. You're putting all weird stuff on the screen. We can always, do a voiceover after. So we get invited up to the bridge for the sail away from where you said. Where was it? That's what you've been looking at stuff on there. You're not even listening to me. She got no clue.
Fjord.
I could have just sold one of her kidneys on the black market. She wouldn't even know. So we're sailing from Geiranger Fjord.
I think I might have.
We're on the bridge, and the captain says to me, "Oh, there's a ferry coming towards us." And because we're the bigger ship, we have to blow the ship's horn. I don't suppose there's anybody here who'd like to blow the ship's horn. And they were like, me, it's me. I want to do it. And he's like, "Yeah, of course you can." So I blow the ship's horn. I'm looking at Carole smiling. This is like, oh, it doesn't get any better than this. She's videoed me with the camera that doesn't record sound. So it's just me going.
I know. I could put a burp, but it didn't say.
To say I was a tad disappointed. That bit of footage I don't think has ever seen the light of day because I refused just to like. And I think that was the time when I said, if this is the best we can do for machinery, you might as well take a pencil and paper with you, and sketch it, really.
Anyway, yes. So we're a little excited about that. And Reese, I should have thought because I knew. Normally, I'm pretty good with the maps, aren't I? But this is the map. Are in the right place? This is the map of our itinerary. I should have put it on a little banner, shouldn't I?
Well, maybe if you kept it still, people might be able to see it.
I can't see it.
You like on a pogo stick or something.
Can you see it there? So that's our itinerary. So yes, I should have done that. Yeah. Why don't I remember? Why didn't you remind me? You've got a list of stuff, haven't you?
Yeah, but there's no map on there.
Okay. No. So and Colin's just saying as well that Health Cities usually drop a point for tours before heading to Geiranger, one of my favourite pools. Yeah, so we're going to have a look because we haven't had a chance to sort of suss out tours and stuff. So we're going to have a look on board, aren't we, and see what we're going to do. So lots of people saying about smaller ships. We've got a real thing about smaller ships at the moment, haven't we? Yeah. And it's and Dawn saying as well about the Seven Sisters waterfall. Yeah, it is pretty spectacular, isn't it? So Tom and Dom are just saying that we did the Troll Road and Troll Wall, although the weather was awful. Yeah, the forecast doesn't look bad, but you just never know, do you?
It could change like the weather.
Yeah. David Webb says they've got the Whizzy cars to hire there, a nice little pizza joint as well. So we ought to just get them in them little cars, put him bomb around. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? We always keep an eye out for a noddy train as well, wherever we go, don't
Carole
we?
is the most nervous passenger in the history of passengers. So you must imagine me in a strange car. I don't know what side of the road. What side of the road they drive on? Is it the same as us? I can't remember.
Oh, I don't know.
There you go.
But Norway roads aren't busy, are they?
No.
You know, in Helsinki, you can't imagine there's going to be like
apart from all the noddy cars and hop on, hop off buses.
Well, true.
Whizzy cars.
Ken said, definitely go to Vasco and 10-minute booked in advance. Really good meal, much better than Aranya. Don't go there, Ken.
Not a tough act to follow, is it?
Do you know what? It's just such talking about that. I'm really glad, you know, Queen Anne. I'm glad we did it, but it was just such an up and down experience. And I found that the editing, I found it quite emotionally, sort of mentally draining going through it, because trying to get obviously everything that we experienced on that week out. Now we're looking at Japan, which was just such a joyful time. I just feel, oh my God, this is just going to be such a great series to edit. So Bridget saying, holy moly, sounds great, we'll enjoy your vlogs. Nighty night, you should be doing twinsies. He's on about for the polo shirts. Morris is saying, Andal Lasness. Is that how you say it? How do you say it? It's pretty. Straight off the ship in the middle of town. It does have a cable car. Oh,
you get Carol straight on that then.
I know. Thank you, Morris. And Christiansen, Renato's here. So love to see Renato. Christiansen is a charming small city. I did a walking tour. Went there a few years ago with Pino Azura. So Tom Dub says, strictly Warner Hotels do. Yeah, but Tom, have you seen the price? It's a bit crazy. Really crazy.
I see Tony what's his face has already left Warner's, because he left Princess and he was at Warner's.
Yeah,
and he was, I think, responsible for inviting lots of cruise bloggers to go to Warner's, which obviously lots of them did. We do like Warner's, but my dad's desperate to do another one, but he likes a certain type of entertainment, and from now until the end of September, I think the only thing that comes close to being anything he would like is a Cliff Richard and the Shadows tribute.
Yeah, which we're not.
And it's like £450 for 3 days.
For 3 nights.
And that doesn't include your drink. So
which is a shame. But yeah.
I mean, I know we're the young ones, but
I know we are when we go to Warner's.
Yeah.
Couldn't stop thinking about pickled eggs after your last. I bought a small jar for £3. Hate to think what your ginormous jar cost. It was about £16 something, wasn't it? Our big jar.
Or 17,
but I had about over 30. Well, that's the other thing I wanted to show. If you've been following our social media, you'll have seen on Facebook and a few other places I put that they're very generous, Tom and Helen, because this is something I didn't know about. And they said, have you ever thought about wine skins? So I don't know, am I showing that the right place? If you can see that, wine skins.
Yes, you are.
And they're obviously for carrying wine in your luggage. So for cruise lines like P&O and Cunard, I've already looked, Fred, you're not allowed to take any alcohol on at all. So if you want to know about wineskins, go to our Facebook page and you'll see them there, because that's another really good tip, isn't it, for traveling, if you're allowed to take alcohol on, or if you're maybe traveling to a part of the world like I don't know, South Africa or Marlborough in New Zealand, you wanted to bring some lovely bottles of wine home, make sure you get some of them and pack them in your luggage. We've got them on our Amazon store now as well, because I thought that's a really, really, really good idea. Barbara says she'd never had a pickled egg, but she'd love to try one. Good question, guys, from Can Folks in the US Book Fred Olsen? I don't know. That's a question that Dan would be able to answer.
I wouldn't see any reason why not, but I am just guessing. Know. But we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. Frank and Jen said, do you know what Royal Caribbean is saying out of Southampton? We just booked a no weather class going out of Galveston, Texas. Harmony of the Seas in November, far away.
It's Independence of the Seas.
And Anthem of the Seas.
Anthem as well, isn't
it? There's 2.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize
so, Independence and Anthem. So they're sort of the older classes, not the Oasis class, which we were gutted about because we did want to try a bigger ship, didn't we?
Anthem's more modern than...
Anthem's Quantum class. So it's a big ship. Yeah. That's the one that has the North Star on the top, isn't it? That's the North Star, if anyone wants to know. It can also be a alligator. I don't know where that come from. Anyway,
I don't know, but if you could,
and I'm only on the water.
If you could put it back there, that'd be great.
Oh dear. Cruising Cook said, right then, I found Thatcher's Gold in our local grocery store this week. So that's in Canada. Jerry's going to have to give it a try.
Give it a try. Make sure it's cold.
Yes.
Don't put too much ice with it. I recommend 5 cubes of ice, and otherwise it'll go too watery. But yes, it's better than a wang or whatever they're called.
Wang. Ken goes cruising. I can confirm passage will work and book with Fred Olsen. Thank you, Ken. Appreciate that. Hey, Katie Close here. Oh, would you do a Disney cruise? No. This is Kate, my lovely friend, who made my big travel bag, and that have now been sold, which have been amazing. And she's just finished. I said, can I have a smaller version so I can use it as like a handbag? And she's just literally finished that, which I'm going up next week to her house to pick it up. So hopefully I'll have it ready for Fred Olsen. So but Kate's a huge Disney fan. She loves Disney. And we love Disney, don't we? We've been thinking about getting back to the parks, but when it's too expensive, and we can't really justify the price that they charge, can we? If it
was sensible money, like if it was in line with, Princess, I don't expect it because P&O is very cheap, but obviously there's add-ons once you get on there. But on the surface of stuff, P&O is very cheap. Princess not so cheap, but with the Princess Plus and all, it does make it quite sensible. But even if it was in line with Princess, it wouldn't be so bad. But they charge like bananas money, don't they? Yeah, it is very, very expensive. There are quite a few people. Nick is saying also about the boat trip to Garanga. Sean's mentioned it's Anthem then Independence, so maybe Anthem's going elsewhere then. I thought it was two, but maybe not. So thanks for that, Sean. Yeah, Kathy's here, so can't wait for your Tokyo vlog. I'm there for 4 days in April. I hope your mouth's better, Kathy, because Kathy's been to the dentist. You've been chatting on Discord, and I think you've accidentally bit half your lip off as well. Well, I'm surprised at you, Kathy, that your mouth was moving a lot.
Kathy's great.
And in all fairness, if you're going next April, we're hoping to have episode 18 by then, so it should be all right.
And Robert Jones.
See, I got away with that because she's reading. She's got no clue what I said.
What did you say?
And she'll have to watch it back. And in about 9 hours' time, she'll be like, "Oh, you cheeky monkey!" I'm not telling you.
Anyway, great news from Robert Jones. We will see you there. We'll be our first Fred Cruise, the first day of Liverpool. Lovely. So make sure you come and say hi. So that'll be
Don't, Robert, don't do it.
Why?
Send me a note to say hello. No, I'm only joking. It'd be lovely to see you.
Exactly. I did hear that. A Life in the Park's asking, what are your best tips for Aurora? We're on her in 2 weeks. Oh, very jealous.
Don't take photos in the shows.
Yeah, you're not allowed to take photos or anything in the show.
Well, you are, because if you listen to the spiel at the start of the show, it says no flash photography.
Yeah.
And then you get embarrassed by I didn't get embarrassed. I think she embarrassed herself by the cruise director who showed off because I was taking photos. And you didn't say I couldn't take photos. Yes, it does. I said, well, you need to watch your own introduction before your show then. But enough of that. The shows were great.
Yeah.
The food was very good. There's so many fantastic areas on the ship. We love the aft. The aft is like something we've never seen.
Get to Pennant Bar at the aft for sail away. It's a fantastic spot. And that aft is just beautiful.
It's hard to pick a bad place. Probably my least favourite place was the pub.
Yeah, the pub's a bit of an oddity. It's sort of open plan leading onto the casino, isn't it? Yeah. And it's strange seating.
Yeah.
But they've got a fabulous coffee shop that do some great cake. They've got a fabulous promenade. A proper teak promenade. So Aurora's a beautiful ship. We'd love to get back on board, wouldn't we? Fenella's saying that she did a rib in Garanga. Really good, costing £42 on Vieta. Very knowledgeable pilot. I have a choice of a saddle seat or a wider boat with bench seating, which was much more comfortable. Those saddle seats are difficult, aren't they? Particularly with short legs. I found that quite hard because I was sort of on tiptoe and you're sort of bouncing with it, aren't you? Like a rib boat. But you are. Whereas if you're on a bench, you've got more control, haven't you?
I don't even know what to say.
No, but I do. But I felt my legs were quite tired when I got off the rib boat.
It felt like you were on a horse.
Yes, sort of. Yeah. Well, sort of.
That's why it's called a saddle seat, honey.
So Millie's saying she's going to the fjords on Queen Anne on Sunday. So we're off the next Thursday.
Maybe our paths will cross. Who knows?
So Julie's asking, have you been on Morella in the festive season or other Christmas events on the ship? We haven't done Christmas, have we, on Morella? I'm thinking of doing next year, as Embassy was very disappointing last September on the Christmas markets cruise.
December.
So, but no, Morella, they'll have some stuff on because they're a great.
It's just nice to know that MSC doesn't just keep his disappointing cruises for outside the seasonal holidays. They like to disappoint customers all year round.
We're not huge MSC fans, as you can see. However, some people love them.
Yeah.
Gillian said it's 40 times a day the koala bear pooed.
Well,
not on a celebrity ship last year. Not koala.
That's
the quiz.
So that's 2 less than me.
Yes. Well, that's amazing because they sleep apparently for like over 20 hours a day.
Just like me.
So Footy Edits is just saying Princess of Freedom only, but bringing back fixed time from something like September. Oh, okay. So watch that space then. Ted saying, I say a koala craps whenever it has the need. Plus, who was counting? Maybe they found a constipated one, or maybe on the other end found that had an upset stomach. Who knows?
I do see these things when they say, "Oh, we've conducted this study. Why? Has that made anybody's life better?"
Well, it's knowledge is king, isn't it?
Well,
knowledge is king.
There's some knowledge is king. There's some knowledge is just.
Claire's confirming as well. So thank you, Claire, for the princess charges for the restaurant at Fixton and Freedom Dining. And Nick is just saying, yeah. So Catherine's here. Catherine was thought she was going to miss it. So nice to see you, Catherine. So. Sean saying, no, you've said that, Carole, no, but that cruise, a mini group cruise. And Teresa saying, Norway's always beautiful. Have a great trip. Yeah, it is. And that's a beautiful place. And the people are lovely.
You've got to put David Webb's comment on.
15 to 15 for and 1 for his knob. Exactly that. Last time I won the championship, which doesn't happen very often. And for those of you who wonder what we're talking about crib cards. And cards. I won it, didn't it? No, cards. No, cards like that. Yes. So we'll see who wins the Fred Olsen.
See who wins the cards.
No, you could do like that, couldn't you? As if you're doing a well, I can't do that. You can't do that either, can we? We're not fancy shufflers. I can't do that with cards now. Are we?
No.
Yeah, Cruise Boy said Josh is excited for his first Norwegian Fjords cruise in September.
Fjords cruise.
Fjords cruise.
Slow down, honey. Read it properly and slow down. Because you're reading that and you're reading that over there. So just do one at a time.
Okay. So Nick said we're doing Santorini on our own. We want to spend time at Oya. Any tips?
No.
You can get...
We've only been up there once. Who was it? Let me tell you who's got the tips. Ken Goes Cruising, because we were talking to him about going to Santorini not that long ago, and they said they'd already done Oya or one of the places, so that's why they didn't need to go back to one of the other places. But they will tell you all you need to know.
Ian's asking how many times a year do we spend traveling? Well, obviously it'd be 3 years next month that I've been retired. So the first 2 years we're a bit mad. We're slowing down a little bit now because we're enjoying spending time at home. But we'll always travel and we'll always do our vlogs, won't we? Because we enjoy doing them. So yeah.
So a lot.
Yeah. A Life in the Park saying always incredible. It is. And Ken said we must have a game of crib sometime, Paul. I love it, but Lindsay never understood why you got a point for his knob.
Well, why wouldn't you? I think that's to me sounds like a trip to Bridgewater.
Yes, we need to organise another one of those, don't we?
Some cider and some cribbage.
Exactly.
And a pickled egg.
Yes. Mazza's just saying, what scenery do you prefer? Montenegro sailing or fjords? Well, we haven't done Montenegro yet, but it looks absolutely stunning. So that is another itinerary that we've been looking at. Well, I want to go to Kotor in Montenegro. I've been trying to find an itinerary with Malta on because I went to Malta as a child with family, obviously many years ago, and I've never been back. And Paul's never been. So we are looking for Malta and Kotor.
Because I want to go and try a proper, authentic Malteser. That's where they come from, isn't it?
No. Oh. So Julie's saying about Alden, the Noddy train. Yeah, we've done that. It is great. And Jane says she's done the Troll Wall twice, once in winter in thick snow and once last July on a lovely sunny day. It was fascinating to compare the difference. That's the thing, isn't it? If you go, sometimes people say, the best time to go to a place, but actually sometimes the best time to go is a little bit off season. So you do get a little bit less tourists and you get a little bit of inclement weather, but you see it in different eyes, which is why we're planning because we had such an amazing time near Banff and Calgary. We're planning a return in the snowier months, aren't we?
We are.
Because I want to see it with more snow. We were in the summer and it was sunny and lovely. So, yeah, totally agree with that. Deborah's asking which is the best or the better Morella ship you've been on.
I say this every time. The Voyager is fabulous, and it is because I like the kitchens, and there's lots of little bars and restaurants as well, and I really do like the Voyager. But what it misses is the fantastic atrium that can only be found on the Discovery and Discovery 2.
Yeah.
So if they could have made the Voyager with Discovery's atrium, that would be the one. But it's a toss-up between Discovery or Voyager.
Voyager's got a great aft.
Yeah.
I think, it's a difficult one.
But we like them all.
Footy Edits is just saying about, is it ready sorted only with the eggs? No, you can have any flavour crisp that you want. Dan's arrived. Bit late, mind?
Well, the scary thing is, me and Dan, I'm sorry I'm going to go back to football. Me and Dan was deciding what the best lineup would be for England. And apparently it involves me on the left wing and Dan up front.
So they're just confirming, obviously, but Ken said that, hasn't he? And confirm that Anthem is in Southamptonshire and Independence is next. So I
was sort of right then.
Yes. And the North Star and that was great when you're at sea. Yeah, we did it. We did actually when we were in Southampton, didn't we?
And it was blooming raining. It
was raining.
And what annoyed me was when it's still in port, you get one free go, and you also get one free go on the skydiving. But they don't tell you that it's only on the first day. So if you don't do it on the first day, after that, you got to pay. And I bigged myself up and said that I didn't have a bad back. And then he said, oh, yeah, it's going to be like whatever much it is. Oh, it was free. Oh, no, it's only free on the first day. So otherwise I would have done it. It probably broke me back.
You wouldn't have done it if you wouldn't have got through the save.
I wouldn't have got through where? What, the door?
Oh, I love it that Dan's getting a load of hassle. Look, everyone's saying, look, Dan a bit late to the party, Sean saying, Anna and Mike. Disgraceful. Give him hell. So he's saying, I know. Oh. So lots of debates about KOTOR and fjords. Joe's going for Norwegian fjords. The Doddolds. We're going on our first MSC cruise at the start of July. It's only a 2-nighter. Do we need to prepare ourselves for a booze cruise? Yes.
Yeah, it'd just be like party central.
Tony saying, see, he's mean too. Look, it was funny watching my virtually challenged partner on a rib to pulpit rock on our last cruise. She walked oddly for days. It is difficult. See, we have these challenges, don't we, little shorties?
Well, sorry. You have to do like a short round in Indiana Jones. You have to wear great big wooden blocks on your feet.
I've got more in common with a koala than I thought. Maz is just saying to Julie, yes, there are Christmas events on Umbrella. Our favourite Christmas market was set up in the little huts along the snack shack. Oh, brilliant. Cool, yeah, absolutely brilliant.
Because I know when we did Seeking the Northern Lights,
which was
I
fantastic.
have to say it was one of the most fabulous sailaways from Carole from Flam, and they had an operatic duo on there.
And
everybody, my dad was dressed like a Russian dissident from the Second World War with like a big hat on and what have you. And they had an apple pie that was about 17 foot round, and they were bringing out all hot mulled wine and stuff.
And hot chocolate.
And it was just lovely. Like such an event. It was one of. Somebody asked us the other day about sailaways, and that was one of the most memorable sailaways ever. It was quite nothing. Unfortunately, the duo that we're singing aren't together anymore, but one of them still works on a princess ship, and he's a fabulous singer.
He is. Let's see if we've got any more questions. We've gone over our hour, but we're happy to answer any more if you've got them. Do you ever pay for the drinks package on P&O? Seems expensive, and we like a drink or 5. We don't tend to on P&O, Ian, because actually the prices are very reasonable, aren't they?
I will say that even though I've just updated the P&O drinks prices, Paul and Carole Love to Travel, .com.
Yes.
Get over there and have a look.
Yes,
and
so
then you can work out whether it's going to work for you or not. But what I will say is, even though all their drinks prices have gone up, because I drink mainly Thatcher's Gold, which they sell, or a lager based drink, it's still better value for money for me to not have the drinks package. And you get the wine isn't
it's not too crazy,
isn't offensive either.
But if we both drank wine, then it might be it'd be different. Yeah. But
because of what we drink. But it's easy, because if you think to yourself, right, I drink this, my partner drinks that, how many drinks do we have a day? You can go on there. I'll be amazed if the drink you drink isn't covered in our comprehensive drinks prices guide to P&O, and then you can work it out.
Exactly. Keith's just saying, I love cruise. I was taught by my grandfather and mother. I haven't played for years, but I'd love to play again. Should I bring my board to the group cruise? Do, because I bet there'll be lots of people that have got an interest in have a crib championship.
Imagine that, look, 200 people. No, 200 people in a room all playing crib, and then like speed.
And everyone would be like, I'm not booking that group cruise again. We would enjoy it, but I don't think it'd be everyone's cup of tea.
As soon as the game's finished,
speed crib.
You move to the next table, like speed dating, but crib.
Write that down, Dan. Write that down. Dan's thinking, speed oh crib. My God, he's probably thinking, no.
Dan's probably phoning some old person now trying to find out what crib actually is.
Laura's saying that koala, the koala fact might be up for the next IG Nobel Prize. It's for unusual trivial achievements in scientific research. Perhaps. Anne's just saying, Oya is pronounced Aya. Iya. You're welcome. Thank you very much. And Kanamian is saying Bantham's lovely during the winter. Yeah, we can't wait to get back. Ken's saying a volcano and hot springs tour. Nick is good in Oa. So that's something to Aya.
In that place. That place on there.
Exactly. And Simon said they had Kotor cancelled on some princess. That's gutting, isn't it? When you book a cruise, because there's particularly one port you want to get to, but that's cruising, isn't it? You just know, even though people say, oh, well, I'm going to go here. I said, you don't know. You'll book a cruise that has that itinerary, but nothing's guaranteed. If weather doesn't behave or something happens to the ship, then you just don't know. So, right, let's see if there's any more. Yes. Okie dokie.
Carol gives me a list of things to remember that she forgets. I would have said this earlier because people are starting to leave now, so I would get out and I'll say it for you. Because we're on Fred, we don't know what the situation is with Wi-Fi, etc., etc. Our live next week is going to be on Tuesday. She couldn't let me out of the glory. Like, just I was just one.
Do it again, then.
I was just one word away from making an announcement all on my own self. It's Tuesday.
It is. So let's just see. That's a good point from Nikki, as well as about P&O. Something to remember on P&O, the free 1 hour Wi-Fi is only available on the first or second day of a cruise. Also, you can't roll over any remaining minutes. So that's it. And Sean said he's bursting for the toilet, waiting for Carol finishing. Hey, we're off to see Sean in July, so that should be a lot of fun.
It'll be running down your leg, Sean, by the time she finishes yapping.
So Bojo, so happy I made it to the live from Chicago. So thank you for joining us. Yes. And Kevin's off to vacuum the pool. So thank you all for joining us for another fun evening. We'll be with you again next Tuesday, just before we head up to Liverpool to join Fred Olsen. So if you do have any other tips that you haven't mentioned in the comments here, please put them in the description below, because we'd love to hear them of what to do on Bolette or Bolette. And what to do in the ports that we mentioned. So thank you very much. Are we off then, Paulie?
Cheers all.
Bye for now.
Oh, I only got one firework.
Oh, no!